New tonight, CMPD has released body camera video that shows an interaction with the man who would months later be accused of killing a woman on the light rail.
I think I spoke with you before about this. You think you got somebody inside controlling you, right?
And in this video, you see first officers responding to DeCarlos Brown outside of a hospital and talking to him for about 25 minutes as they say he appeared to be going through a mental health challenge. Brown appears to walk away agitated. Police say at that point he called 911 again. More officers then arrived and eventually arrested Brown for misusing 911. Brown faced a magistrate in court and was allowed to be released from jail by promising to appear at his next court appearance. Well, 7 months after that, he was then accused of killing this woman, Iryna Zarutska, on Charlotte's light rail. State leaders then passed a law that will now no longer allow suspects to be able to get out of jail without bond. That law takes into effect on Monday, but as Channel 9's Joe Bruno learned today, local leaders are concerned. Joe, they think this could lead to some different problems.
Well, Mecklenburg County officials are preparing for more people to be held inside the jail for longer periods of time. They are worried, though, that this is an unfunded mandate. State lawmakers passed sweeping criminal justice changes after Iryna Zarutska was stabbed to death on the light rail in August.
It's scary for me to read sometimes. I'm like, how did they get out? And so I believe they had good intentions.
The lawmakers cracked down on repeat offenders and got rid of written promises to appear, which is what Zarutska's murder suspect, DeCarlos Brown, was released on months before the murder. The law goes into effect Monday, and county commissioners are expecting a big impact.
I'm almost speechless about the impacts across the board here.
I see a backlog happening as a result of these arrests not being able to move people out of the system.
Chief Judge Roy Wiggins says his judges and magistrates have been trained on the new law, and he believes they are ready. First appearances will likely get longer. Judicial officials also will have to consider a suspect's criminal history when granting pretrial release, and will have to enter a written finding of fact if they do so. Sheriff Gary McFadden expects more people will be held in jail and for a longer period of time. He's worried about staffing.
Each dorm or pod room has to have a body. So when we talk about capacity, we could deal with it, but we have to have the staff to manage it.
If you are charged with a violent crime or you are convicted of at least 3 crimes in the past 10 years, you will no longer be able to get an unsecured bond. And this is not just a Mecklenburg County issue. Counties across the state are preparing for Iryna's law to go into effect. Alamance County is seen as one of ICE's top allies in the state. They recently had to end their contract with ICE to house inmates there because they need that space now to the expected increase of offenders due to Iryna's law. Reporting live outside the Government Center, Joe Bruno, Channel 9 Eyewitness News.
Thank you, Joe. Now, there are no Republicans currently serving on the Mecklenburg County Commission, but they say Iryna's law passed with bipartisan support and Governor Stein signed it into law. Representative and Republican Tricia Cotham at the state, she was one of the bill's chief architects. She says that this will eliminate catch and release practices for violent offenders.